So, I am going to be honest, I was starting to get pretty pissed with all the Blue Eyes decks I kept playing against. I mean, it was starting to get ridiculous. And then even the thrown in of some of the Red Eyes and then Dark Magician, I was like, these freaking high-level decks are starting to really bust my balls. So, I was like, what can I do about that? And I'm like, looking at decks, I'm thinking about, I'm like, what can I play against all this crap? Not that the saying that the cards are crap, just like, you know, crap. That I can have a chance to some degree and not just get overthrown constantly about this high level power that just keeps hitting me in the face. I was like, oh wait, I forgot there's a deck for that. It's called Evilswarm. So I made an Evilswarm deck and I've been pretty content with what's going on. And if you see the extra deck here, there's no Nodin because our Norden or whatever, I forget, Elder Entity, Norden, yes. Is because I made this extra deck and I made this deck and while I was playing never used him. I never even drawed into instant fusion the last like 10 duels I did, go figure. I can get rid of this and go into this. But yeah, so I never used Norden, so it doesn't. So yeah, definitely need him in there for the deck for long time play. But for when I was testing it, never drew into instant fusion. But anyways, let's get on with this deck profile because it is just such an answer to these decks that utilize higher level cards. And yes, Xyz can definitely counteract this, but this is why you're also playing traps and you're also playing some stun cards to prevent them from doing other things. So let's get on with the deck so far. So 3 Evil Storm Heliotropes. Playing vanillas in this game is a weird feeling. It's a really weird feeling, and Rescue Rabbit should be able to go back to 2. But I don't even know if that would even work out in this deck. But anyways, you're playing Heliotrope and 1 Rescue Rabbit to bring out the Heliotrope. Even if the Rescue Rabbit gets dead, you can pitch it with Twin Twister or something later in the game. I mean, yeah, it's not the best play, but it can be pretty quick, and then it can be pretty slow. So it's kind of like your preference. If you don't want to play that, you don't have to play Rescue Rabbit with it. If you don't prefer it, you can play a double summon or something if you feel like that'd be better in your eyes. I'm playing 2 Thunderbird, 3 Kirkion, 3 casters, and I'm playing 3 Mandragoras. I'm playing 3 of him. Most people only play 2. I'm playing 3 is because with Heliotrope, it combos well. There's a lot of times where in this game a card can get destroyed, and being able to special summon this card from your hand because your opponent controls a monster, and then you can normal summon this. And also, this isn't a card that you have to be able to special summon when you have no monsters to field. It's just if your opponent controls more monsters than you, which a lot of decks can spam quite easily. So this can combo well with Heliotrope. So some people only play 2, and I feel like 3 works out fine. 2 Thunder King because Thunder King rules in this deck. This is a stun deck, and first turn Thunder King can really mess up a lot of decks right now, so I really enjoy Thunder King. And then we already said Rescue Rabbit. I'm playing BLS. I'll get to that in a second, really, but you don't have to play this. I just like throwing in BLS with things. I'm playing 2 Thunder Kings and a Utopia, and then also the Utopia Lightning. Whether I've actually used them, no, I haven't drawn into them yet either. And like I said, I've played the deck like 12 times, and I guess it's just luck of the draw that I haven't drawn into BLS or Instant Fusion. But you don't have to play this. You could pitch BLS and probably pitch like 1 anti-spell fragrance and play like a Dimensional Fissure and a Macrocosmos, and this would really make it a very stun deck. It'd really counteract your opponent, but I didn't want to play the Dimensional Fissure and Macrocosmos, so I just threw a BLS in there for the lols. 1 Raigeki, then the Instant Fusion that I've yet to even utilize, 3 Allures, 3 Infestation Pandemics, 2 Twin Twisters, Vanities, Bottomless, Solemn Warning, 2 Solemn Strikes. The only reason why I'm playing 2 Solemn Strikes and then a Compulse is because I feel like too many Solemn cards, it can just, too many life points. And yes, I know you can draw into it and it can help you later, but I've had times where I've drawn into all of them and I can't even utilize it because I've just, from the damage I took during the match, plus all the other Solemn cards I've used, it's just, I can't keep taking more damage. So I feel like 3 is the solid number. Compulse, 2 Burning Mirror Force or Quaking Mirror Force. Fucking Death Pro needs to fix it. Like, it's Quaking Mirror Force in the description, and then Burning Mirror Force in the card title, whatever. I'm playing 3 Anti-Spell Fragrances, and once again, if you needed an extra trap, you could probably play 3rd Quaking, or if you wanted to play the 3rd Solemn. But I'm playing an Xyz Reborn because it kind of helps out. Like, it's pretty cool to be able to just be like, alright, I need an Ophion for like next turn or something. Just like flip it, and then you have an Ophion with an attachment because Xyz Reborn counts as the attachment. So it's a nifty card. Would I play more than this? No. It's debatable to even play it, but I've been enjoying it to take it in. If you don't want to play it, take it out, put an Upstart in there or something. Or use that as your other target if you wanted to play Macrocosmos or something like that. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. For the extra deck, I'm playing 1 Odin, or Norden, whatever. 3 Ophions, 2 Bahamut, 1 Dark Rebellion, Master Key Beetle, 2 Castells, Cowboy 101, Dweller, Utopia, and Utopia Lightning. Now, you could play the Giant Hand. I don't think it really is needed. Some people swear that you need to play that in all your decks. I'm not really one of those people. And then the side deck here, like you said, I have another Quaking and a Upstart to maybe throw in here because those are other cards I was playing. Now, how does the deck perform? It performs well with the right matchups. When I was testing this deck and I was dueling against those higher level decks like that use Blue Eyes and that use higher level monsters, it still gets, like I already said, they can counteract it. If they're able to get off an Xyz monster, then it's kind of game over sometimes. But usually, if you get a first turn Ophion, it can pretty much halt the deck as it is, let alone have Anti-Spell Fragrance to stop any searching, and have Vanities flipped open, plus your other defensive traps like Bottomless and all of that. It can really halt your opponent when they're playing those decks. But, once again, with that being said, there are a lot of other decks that, while this deck can still hold its own, because it's still pretty much a rank 4 spammy deck, there are other decks that are faster that don't utilize higher level monsters, so it doesn't really matter that you have an Ophion. Bahamut's still a good card, but still, it's got power for the right matchups. So if it's depending how the meta shapes into, this deck will be great. But for right now, it's more like a specific task deck. Like I said, it's not saying it's bad against other decks, but there's other matchups that don't care about Ophion whatsoever, and that can be a little bit of a deterrence. But once again, it's still a good stun deck. So let me know what you guys think down below. What would you change? Would you add? Would you play this right now in this current format, or do you think it's still more of a specific use deck? Let me know down below, and I'll see you later, guys. Peace.
Damn. Yeah.